The Lagos-Calabar rail line is an ambitious $11.1 billion project that spans 1,400 kilometers. This rail line will start from Lagos in the west and run through many cities in the Midwest and coastal areas and finally terminate in Calabar in the east. This is a huge project that will connect many cities to a lot of seaports by rail. The rail line will connect many inland cities to Apapa Port in Lagos, the seaport in Warri, Onne Port in Rivers, the Bonny Deep Sea Port that is coming up, the Ibom Deep Sea Port that is also coming up, and others. The Lagos-Calabar rail line construction is huge. It is one of the most ambitious railway projects in Nigeria, and the most interesting part of the whole project is that many cities will for the first time be connected by rail, most especially the city of Onitsha, because of the huge commercial activities that takes place in Onitsha. It doesn't stop there. Businessmen in Onitsha, Benin, and other inland cities will very soon be able to receive their imported goods in their respective domains. This is a wonderful project that will create thousands of jobs and bring development to many inland areas. It will not only reduce overdependence on Lagos ports, it will drastically reduce the number of container trucks on our highways. This huge project will improve the ease of doing business in Nigeria. It will make the logistics involved in import or export of goods easy for the average business person. Before we see the number of stations that will be constructed along this 1,400 kilometer rail line and the many cities that this Lagos-Calabar rail line will traverse, know that you can support us by subscribing to our channel. Also remember to enable notification. Notification is very important because there's a lot of wonderful multi-billion-dollar projects going on around the country that we are covering. So when we finish making the video and they go live, you will be instantly notified to watch. Also, the more you like a video, the more it is shown to more people. So make sure to like the video. Thanks. As you all know, the 157-kilometer Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge rail line is operational. People board the trains at this world-class Ebute Metta train station to get to Ibadan on a daily basis. What is remaining on this line is the link from Apapa Port to Ebute Metta. When this is done, the movement of containers and bulk cargo will now commence from the port and all the way to Ibadan. Apart from the passenger trains running on this line, there will also be freight trains that will move containers into the inland cities in order to decongest Apapa Port area. This is the ultimate goal of this new line. Even before the freight trains start moving containers and bulk cargo from the Apapa Port, the port has been fully decongested to some extent. In case you didn't watch the video we did in Apapa that shows how everywhere looks nice, serene and amazing without the haulage trucks blocking everywhere and causing heavy traffic, you can see the video link in the video description. Thanks. Also, part of the ultimate goal of these new rail infrastructures is to reduce pressure on our roads. It will go a long way in ridding our major highways of heavy container trucks and unwanted accidents that they cause. Some of these haulage trucks haul overweight cargoes that put so much pressure on the roads, making them to deteriorate before their expected lifespan. Alright, let's see where the rail line will branch off to the Midwest. The rail line will branch off somewhere around here and head to Ijebu-Ode. This will be the first time a rail line will cross Ijebu-Ode. Ijebu-Ode is a city of more than 200,000 people, and when the trains start running on this line, the population will definitely benefit from using the passenger trains. The rail line after Ijebu-Ode will head to Alakoko, also in Ogun State. Alakoko is a small rocky town near the Omo Forest Reserve and other areas where there is heavy wood logging. The loggers around this area will be able to transport their timber to Lagos or Onitsha or to other towns and cities that this rail will connect. What about the nearby quarries in Alakoko? Wow! Very soon, they will be able to move tons of chippings by rail to many cities, and where possible, they can set up mini dump yards from where the chippings will be delivered to the consumer. Moving the chippings by rail will definitely be cheaper than the 30-ton trucks that haul them at the moment. This will greatly reduce the cost of building homes. Next up, after Alakoko, is Kajola in Ondo State. After that, the rail line goes to Ore. Ore is a huge town and a popular truck stop along the Shagamu-Benin Expressway. Ore population might be up to 500,000. People living in Ore will be definitely taking advantage of the passenger trains when it starts operation, and we will be looking forward to the type of train station they will construct in Ore, considering the population. Next up, and the last train station in Ondo State, is Yalowo. From there, it enters Edo State, with the first station being Ubogui. From there, the rail line goes to Benin City. Benin City is a huge metropolis with a huge population. Many minibuses make the 300-kilometer journey between Benin City and Lagos every day, transporting thousands of people. Many who make that journey to Lagos will in a few years be able to take a train and experience the comfortable train ride. In case you think the new trains being deployed in Nigeria are not modern, think again. These trains are state of the art. Look at it up close. Isn't it beautiful? Also, the technology being installed in the management and control of these trains are world class. Look at this communication tower and this state-of-the-art railway switch. Impressive. Once you ride on these trains, you will never want to ride in a car again, especially for long distance. That's why a lot of people come to this Lagos train station to catch a train to Ibadan every day. This beautiful Lagos train station is so huge, and wait till you see the interiors. It is bigger than some airport terminals. Anyway, we made a video about it. In case you missed it, you can find the link in the video description. Thanks. As you can see, they are doing finishing touches for the final delivery and commissioning of this Lagos-Ibadan rail line. Be sure to stay hooked to the channel by subscribing and enabling notification, because we will be covering the official commissioning of this rail line in a month's time. When the video goes live, you will be notified instantly to watch. Thanks. After Benin City is where the spur to Onitsha starts. The other line will head south to Saple. Let's see the one that goes to the east first. It is obvious that Benin City will have a big train station because a lot of signaling will be going on there in order to manage train traffic from the east and the deep south. After Benin City, the next train station on the eastern line will be at Abo. Abo is a medium-sized town in Delta, and it will be among the 6 cities and towns that the rail line will traverse in Delta State. Abo already houses the railway village that was recently rehabilitated. It has a maintenance yard, a training school, and other facilities. The Itape-Warri line passes through Abo, which forms part of the central line that will connect Abuja. The 186-kilometer rail line from Abuja to Kaduna is already running. We'll be bringing you updates on all the latest development on these projects. After Abo, the rail line will get to Asaba. Asaba is the capital city of Delta State with a huge population. Next stop is to cross the river Niger to get to Onitsha. That's why this Lagos-Calabar rail line costs $11.1 billion to build. There are a lot of bridges to be built along the railroad, and it's amazing that they will deliver this project in a short time. The first phase of the project, which starts from Calabar to Port Harcourt, will be completed within 2 years. The next stop for the rail line after it crosses the river Niger is the city of Onitsha. Then maybe after that, the Anambra State government will construct rail lines that will link up other parts of the state, most especially Awka, because the $3 billion Eastern Rail Line, which contract has been awarded, will have a spur to Awka. That's for another video. Make sure you stay hooked to the channel in order to watch it. Thanks. It will be amazing when this line starts operation because the business operators in Onitsha are suffering in terms of logistics, the long distance from Lagos port to Onitsha, and the huge cost of moving these containers to the east. Transporting containers by haulage trucks costs a lot of money, and you have to pay a deposit to the shipping company before they allow the container to leave Lagos State. This deposit is like an insurance in case the container doesn't come back in one piece. Some of the trucks do have accidents on the highway, and in the process they damage the goods and the container. All these will change for the better when the rail lines are completed. The containers will be transported by the Nigeria Ports Authority themselves to inland container terminals. It will greatly improve the ease of doing business in Nigeria. This line will be the most profitable and viable rail line in Nigeria when it's delivered. It will move millions of tons of cargo and millions more of passengers annually. The Shagamu-Benin Expressway is the second busiest in Nigeria after Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. So imagine the passenger traffic on the highway that will soon have another mode of transport to make their journeys. Okay, let's see the next station that the rail line will have after Saple. That will be the oil city of Warri. Warri will have a main station and a rail line to the Warri port along the Warri River. That's the plan. The coastal rail line or the Lagos-Calabar rail line, whichever you want to call it, will connect all seaports in the deep south. All the rail lines, including the ones that construction haven't started at all or will start in future, they will all terminate and connect to a seaport. This is to make movement of goods very easy and reduce pressure on our roads. When it all gets completed, it will become easier to export or import goods in Nigeria. Even if you live in a remote village and you want to export your produce, just get them to your nearest train station and it will be transported to the port of your choice. After Warri, the rail line moves to Ueli and then to the 6th station in Delta State, Oduobori. From there, it will get to Bayelsa State, landing in Amasama, and there will be a spur to Yenagoa, the capital city, and Otuoke. The rail line continues to River State with stations in Abua, Emuoha, and finally in Nigeria's biggest oil city, Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt train station will definitely be huge because of the population. The rail line will also have a spur to the Onne port and the upcoming Bonny Deep Sea port. It is important to know that most Nigerian ports are river ports with low drafts that require constant dredging to allow huge container vessels to berth. The first true ocean deep sea port is the Lekki one that is currently under construction. It will be ready in a few months. In fact, we made a video about it. You can watch that video to see all the details. Get the link in the video description. Thanks. Other deep sea ports coming up are the Ibom Deep Sea Port and Bonny Deep Sea Port. After Rivers State, the rail line will now move to Aba. Aba is another huge commercial center that will benefit from the direct rail link to the seaport. People living in Aba will also be taking passenger trains to Lagos and other cities that it connects because it will be cheaper and more convenient. Although not included in the contract, this line from Aba, Owerri and Onitsha should be the future rail line they will construct to take advantage of the passenger traffic. If this line will be a reality, it might go from Owerri to Ubima instead of Aba because of the industrial park and transport university in Ubima, Rivers State. That will be a shorter distance to Onne Port. After Aba, the rail line will land in Akwa Ibom. The route might pass Ikote-Ekpene before getting to Uyo, the state capital. It will also have a spur to the Ibom Deep Sea Port. Construction for this seaport is about to take off. After Uyo, the rail line will finally land in Calabar, the final destination. Wow! We can't wait to take a train ride on this line when it starts operation. Also, we'll be covering the construction as it goes on. We'll be bringing you updates about the entire project. Stay tuned. More details about this project. Construction will take off any moment from now, and it will be done in phases. The first phase will be from Calabar to Port Harcourt. The second phase will be from Port Harcourt to Lagos and other spurs, including from Onitsha to Benin City. The trains running on this line will have a speed of 120 km per hour and reaching a maximum of 160 km per hour. Funding for this huge $11.1 billion project is from the China Exim Bank, and the contractor is CCECC. 22 stations will be constructed along this long span of 1,400 km length of the rail line. A lot of states should construct rail lines to complement the ones that this project will build. This is exactly what Lagos State is doing. You can see all that in the video we did about the Lagos Mass Transit Blue Line construction. Giving the huge population a cheap means of transportation is the ultimate way of improving the economy. Transportation takes away up to 50% of the monthly salary of those earning around minimum wage. If they had a cheaper mode of transport, they will definitely use the savings on other things like shopping, thereby improving the economy. It will also open up areas that the train passes. Everybody shouldn't live in the city center. If a train passes a village that is 50 kilometers away from the city, many workers will prefer to live there in order to save on rent costs. We all know how rent is expensive in the city centers. The average worker who lives in the city center who isn't able to save any money after monthly expenditure will definitely see more savings once his transport and rent cost is reduced. If all governments at all levels are targeting developments on areas where the average worker expends most of his salary earnings, it will go a long way in improving the value of the salary, which will in turn reduce inflation and overall improve the economy. Let's leave this subject for another video because there are a lot of things to explain. Also, if the states decide to build a light rail system like Lagos, it is better to go for electric powered trains, because electric powered trains not only save the environment because there are no diesel engines that emit CO2, they are also cheaper to run, which will mean cheaper train fares. What about electric power that will power these trains? If they decide to go for it, you might be thinking, it won't be a problem at all because electric power will soon be in abundant supply. You can watch the video that explains everything in details. The $6.5 billion electric power project that is currently going on that will push the transmission capacity to 25,000 megawatts. You can get the link in the video description. Thanks. Alright, wonderful people. We hope that you enjoyed this Lagos to Calabar rail line. Do subscribe if you haven't already, and show this video some love by liking it if you enjoy all the wonderful developments happening in Nigeria. Till next time, thanks for watching.